Hey, everybody. Welcome to the membership drive. Talking Habs membership drive. How's everybody doing? We're going to have some fun and talk some hockey. Matt and I are here. And see, we're in the locker room. Perfect. Perfect spot. Photos. Let's see who's here.
How you doing, Amy?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Amy. Thank you. And there's other people here, but nobody's talking. So Matt and I will talk. I actually have some news to start off the day, I guess. We'll just go with that. Just two pieces of news. One's already pretty much known, I think, by everybody, that Cole Caulfield's out for about a week with an upper body injury, and he will be joined by Matthias Norlinder. He has a minor injury. They didn't say what, upper or lower, and he's day-to-day. So Norlinder's out for a little while. There's speculation that he might not play another preseason game and go back to Sweden. So Matthias Norlinder, a little bit disappointed in that, and that we won't get to see him a little more.
Yeah, it's disappointing, but now I can see Guhle a little more.
Yes.
Really just kind of focus on Caden Guhle.
Caden Guhle. I'm going to be doing the video tomorrow. I started preparing it. It's going to be about the impressive young man named Caden Guhle. And so that should be out tomorrow. And he looked really good in camp. I was also, though, impressed by a young kid that I don't think he's got a shot to play in Montreal right now, but Michael Pezzetta looked pretty good. There's one guy that impressed me. I was impressed by Harvey Pinard, looked good as well. Not ready yet, but he looked good out there. One guy that really did not impress me, I don't think Matt's the same way, and was a surprise at kind of how small he was, and that's Chris Weidman. So I'm hoping to see a little bit more from Chris Weidman than what we saw, and it was just his first game, so I mean, I'm not going to hold him to being that bad right away, but I didn't like what I saw on the power play though. He's okay on the power play, that's not a problem, but
I didn't like how he was playing in his zone. And no, I thought he was getting bullied off the puck too much.
A very small guy. He's like he's the Victor Mete.
I'll pull up his height. He's 5'10", so he's my height.
So he's 5'10", so he is basically Victor Mete height. He's a more talented Victor Mete offensively and on the power play, but he's basically Victor Mete. So I don't know. We'll see how that works out. I know the new kid Sami Niku. I don't think he's much bigger. He's about the same size, and so we'll see what happens. But they're both puck movers, and that's the reason why they're in camp, and they're here to win a job, I guess. So we'll see how that works out. Let's see. Amy loves Nick Suzuki. I think we all do. Hey, Yukon and Grimes, how's it going? How many goals will Hoffman have? He's going on the power play 1, right? Well, he's going to miss a little time. And, I was reading an article, and it said that the guy was trying to make a case for possibly him being on the fourth line.
Mike Hoffman?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, he'll be on the power play and get a lot of minutes on the power play. And it's possible because of his defense, that they might try to put him on the fourth line and try to get some potential offense out of all four lines. And it would make sense, in a way. I didn't read the whole article, and I should have, but I didn't have time today to do that. But, it's an idea put out there.
That's interesting. I mean, he's also going to get a lot of time in OT. I didn't actually know this, but he was in the top 10 in overtime goals scored last season.
See, there you go.
The season before that, so they're going to play him in overtime. They should play him on the power play.
He's going to get a lot of minutes there. And I think the reason why, the gist of it was how good Armia looked on the third line. So I think, it's probably – I don't know how that would push Hoffman. Hoffman's a left winger, so I don't know how that would push him to the fourth line yet. Like I said, I didn't read it. I have it saved. I'm going to read it.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on Anderson or Drouin, who's going to – or not Drouin, excuse me. Anderson or Gallagher, who's going to be in the third, who's going to be on the second line.
Yeah, you know what? From what I'm reading – I think we can really expect to see Anderson stick where he is. I think so.
So then what? Third line would be
Gallagher on the third line on the right wing.
So it'd be what, Armia, Evans, Gallagher?
And I'm not saying this is true. I was reading stuff today, and I was reading a bunch of different things, and it kind of seems like he's got a shot anyway because the chemistry that they showed. So if that can continue through the training camp, I mean, how could you argue against it, right? I mean, if these guys look this good all through the training camp, and as the games get, tougher because the players are going to get, on all the teams, they're going to get, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just better, right? As guys get cut.
Right.
That's the word I'm looking for. So if that sticks, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see that start anyways in the season. So Gallagher on the third line. Now, I'm not saying that any of this is gospel because it's just stuff I'm reading, and I mean, none of it's gospel, obviously.
Right.
But, it's being thrown out there.
Right. I mean, but I do think it is safe to say that Drouin and Dvorak would definitely be the center wing pair on that second line for Ducharme. I
would think so. Drouin's not that confident. I saw a quote from him saying he hopes to stick with that line because he really likes it and blah, blah, blah. And he said it's up to them. If they want to stick together as a line, they got to make Ducharme have no choice but to do that. Considering that Drouin and Anderson are really close right now, we know that, right? I think there's a good shot that these guys are going to really bond, and you're probably not going to have a choice but to keep them together to start the season because they're going to be great. If that's the case, yeah, you got to keep them. So we'll see what happens on that front. I hate seeing this. I guess Hoffman. I hate seeing Hoffman, him on third line, but it's acceptable. But on the fourth, and that I don't agree with. I like I said, it's nothing like gospel. It's just being thrown out there. I tend to agree with that. Like I think Hoffman. It depends. If he gets a lot of power play time, like I said, all the overtime. He's gonna be. He'll be in the shootout if it goes beyond, like you got to figure it'll be in the top 4 of the shootout guys. You got, it's an educated guess, but I mean, we're not for sure, but stuff like that, right? So we'll see how it goes. Suzuki, Cole, and Hoffman first OT line. Yeah, I mean, it's 3 guys, so I don't know about that because you're probably going to want to have a defenseman out there to balance it out. I guess it depends on the team you're playing against and the mindset of the coach. Whether you want to go.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would probably for the first OT line, I'd probably go Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and then Petrie in the back.
Yeah, I think that's where they will go to.
And that's what when Caulfield, when he finally started on the NHL roster, that was kind of the line they threw out there in overtime. Just those 3.
Yeah.
And they won games. So second power play, Drouin, Devo, maybe Hoffman, because Devo can play. I mean,
the hot line of the night or something like that. The hot players, you're gonna have them.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna lead off with having a defenseman out there. But like I said, depending on the team, right? If you're talking with a team is defensively poor, even though it's 3-on-3, so that kind of evens that out. But you might go with 3 offensive guys and just try to get it over with real quick, Let's see now. TVR, JIC. I don't know what the JIC. I guess that's one of the guys had some questions. Gallagher, third line for $6.5 million. Hello. Well, might explain Bergevin's crying. Listen, I get that. But as I said, I think it depends on the 3 guys right now. If they're playing together and they play so well together, you got no choice. They can make that decision for the coach kind of by the way they play. But, I mean, I agree. But you know what? What's the difference really what a guy makes? As long as the team is balanced out and playing well and winning, I don't know that it makes a difference. So we'll have to see. So I'd rather just make sure that the lines are balanced properly and not have Gallagher on the second line if he doesn't really fit there. If it doesn't really click, why are you having him on the second line? Because he makes $6.5 million, right? I think that's really mostly my point. Because Gallagher could also work out really well there. So I'm not saying no. And I had him on second line, but you never know. It might not work out that way. Kelly was at the game last night. Andy gave me a high five going back through the tunnel. Awesome. Okay,
That's
you
sick.
can't wash your hand though now for a week, right? You know that. You can't wash your hand. Not good in the COVID time. Suzuki is the more defensive player.
Yeah.
That first line, yes.
But, well, if you're talking about OT, yeah, but I think I'd rather have a D-man out there, just at least on that first OT line.
Yeah, I think to take the face off, I think so.
But I think on the second OT line, if you wanted to go all forwards, Juan, Dvorak, Hoffman.
I just thought of something because I just said it. If Suzuki's still struggling a bit on faceoffs, and Devo's doing his normal, I think you'll have Devo leading off.
Yeah, you could see that.
Because they want to win the faceoff, so they want to get your best faceoff guy out there. Plus, I'm sure he's going to be pretty damn good at 3-on-3 overtime. I'm assuming, but I mean, I think it's an assumption we're all going to probably make.
Yeah, I mean, listen, too, him and Caulfield have the speed to really cause problems on 3-on-3. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be hard to catch.
Yep, definitely. Get that quick goal, right? End it real early. Bottom line, regardless of dollars and cap, Habs facing a dollar issue many other teams would wish they were facing. But being close to the cap, no, teams. I'm not sure what you mean by that, because it's not being close to the cap, because that's not good. If you're talking about the LTIR money, I guess at this point, like with the flat cap, yeah. Okay, well, I do. TVR, I don't know what the JIC is. I guess I always ask. I know what TVR is. TVR, if anybody doesn't know, is a local French language TV station, and they cover sports. So I'm not sure what the JIC is. Maybe the J stands for Jesus, and the C could stand for Christ. I just don't know what the I stands for. That's what I don't know. Devo did have a 4-point night. Don't expect that every night, right? I mean, but you know what? You can see there's potential there, right, for this guy to improve on his numbers that he's had for so far in his career, right? With the right line mates, with the right system, Devo can be a very productive player. Franco, Price is not on the ice. He's taking a break from practice. Not a good sign. Will he start the season? What I read was, yes, he's taking a break. Nothing to worry about. They want to manage any swelling in his knee due to the work that he's doing. So he's doing a lot of work. He's taking a couple of days off just to manage the knee so it doesn't swell. That's what I read. And that was apparently, I think there was a quote from Ducharme. So that's what they're saying.
And look, I mean, it makes sense. It's preseason. He's still one of the best goalies in the league. He's your superstar. No need to rush him back after knee surgery. And I a guy like him, I don't think, he would need a full preseason to be prepared. I think he should maybe get at least a game, maybe 2 in, maybe play like a period and a half each game, just to get back on the ice and get into hockey form. But there's no need to rush him back.
Yeah, well, they're not going to rush him. They're not. It
makes sense. You don't rush him back.
They're not rushing him. That's for damn sure.
But he should be good to go for the start.
Yeah,
of the season.
It's apparently not a bad sign, and he's supposed to be good to go for the first game, if not the last preseason game as well. So we'll see. Faye 801. I don't agree that the way you have the 1 and 2. I don't see why the Devo line would be the first line. I think Suzuki, Caulfield, Toffoli. I mean, that's pure offense there. That's your number 1 line, I think, personally. But I mean, it's probably like a 1A, or they're probably more like 2 and 2A. We don't necessarily yet have a solid, real first line, but I think these guys can develop into that this season. So by the end of the season, we can legitimately say, yeah, we've got a number 1 center and a first line and a second, and starting to be a normal team. We're gonna be a normal boy,
right? And it's not even like those 2 lines are bad either. I mean, they're solid lines. I think they're 2 very solid lines.
Franco, JIC. Okay, so it's a French language. I don't watch in French, so sorry. And that's why. What does it stand for? JIC. Pizzetta play was a nice surprise. Could be a potential dark horse. Good depth, potentially, right? I don't think he makes the team, but I mean, he's going to probably have a good season down with the Rocket. I mean, you got good depth with a guy like that. So, well, yeah, and it was a nice surprise to see for me. I'd never seen him play before. All right, so we're at the bottom of this. I have some stuff. Everybody hang on to your hats because I have some news. A few news items that I would like to share with you guys. First item is this. I hope I get this one right. Leafs coach Sheldon Keefe thinks the possible crackdown on cross-checking will help the Leafs. Says Keefe, with the Leafs being such a soft team, the increased power play time will be good for them. He also thinks if successful and cross-checking stops being used so much, his soft but expensive trio of Mitch Marner, pictured here with Captain John Tavares, and also the other captain, Underpants. Now it's back to me. Will be excuse me. I got to practice this. We'll be less afraid on the ice, and we'll get we'll get hurt much less often. He also says there's a financial benefit for the team as well, since they will need to buy far fewer diapers for the players to wear during games. The Toronto Maple Leafs have announced a new sponsor, and their logo is going to appear on their on the helmets. And the new sponsor is Choke Cola. Choke Cola, now even chokier. And Choke Cola, who's buying the next round? Oh yeah, we don't make it to the next round. Choke Cola, the new sponsor on the Leafs helmets. This one's really interesting. Okay, so apparently Austin Matthews' father and Cole Caulfield's father knew each other as babies. Okay, and there's an old photo of the two toddlers that was recently found and was released today, and I found it. And oddly, it's a bit of an omen for the future. So here it is. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's really interesting. Who do you think's on the left and who do you think's on the right? And what else I got here? If anybody does not like my news stories, I can send you this form. It's called the Hurt Feelings Report. And if you're not really good with a pen, I can send it pre-filled for you. Not a problem. And by the way, I have been called a bit of a dick before, and I just want to say that's Richard to you, okay? The Nashville Predators have unveiled their new logo, and that is this here. Nashville Predators, new logo. And finally, I've written a poem especially about my favorite team that I love to hate. There was a team from Toronto. They were called the Leafs. They were a very soft team, rarely getting into beefs. When the league cracked down on cross-checks, they collectively said, thank God. I hate it when those brutes tried to damage my sexy bod. Sheldon Keefe, their coach, said the Leafs should really benefit from having star center Captain Underpants Austin Matthews not constantly have to go take a shit. Thank you very much. And that's the news portion of the show. Let's get back to you guys, because now I'm just feeling a little silly. When does Hoffman slot in when he comes back? Where does Hoffman slot in when he comes back? That's kind of a guess. Third line, I guess. Third line left wing is my guess.
Yeah, mine as well. At least to start the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where it'll go. I mean, I was talking about the fourth line before, but that's just something I read. I don't know the seriousness of that, or, it's just a rumor, or could even be somebody just trying to throw it out and see if it sticks on the wall. But I thought it was interesting. Anti-vaxxers, how's it going, buddy? I feel like Mishak played good as well. I did. I had him on my list as not on this list, but when we were talking after the game with Matt, I made a list and I had him there as guys that I thought stood out a bit. A little bit of dangles and good shots, not much, but I like his play. He's got some potential, Mishak. Mishak is definitely got some potential, and if he doesn't see Montreal, I think he'll be an NHLer. And, he could be used in a trade or something like that. But he's got some good potential. Cross-check is barbaric, LOL, but is so unnecessary. Seen in my son's back at midget level. Yeah, listen, I don't disagree necessarily. I just thought I'd have fun with it. It's going to affect, you see, Ben Sherratt was talking about, they asked him how it'll affect his game. I think he made a joke like, "Oh, it won't have any effect on him." But yeah, it's going to affect a lot of guys.
Be right back. I need to get my laptop charger.
Yeah, not a problem. You prefer Mishak to Paling. Yeah, I don't know enough yet for that. I want to see a little bit more. But right now, I'd have to say Paling. Paling's got better size. Paling's a little older, a little bit more experienced. So right now, Paling doesn't mean Mishak can't turn out to be a better player in the long run. I don't know. They can't get out of first round regular season. More cross-checking penalties won't help Toronto. Yeah. That's it. They can't get out of the second round. They can't get out of the first round. Wow. Was that an omen? Did I actually give them a... I think this year they're going to struggle to make the playoffs. Leafs may have a chance to win if the Zamboni drivers go on strike. Imagine if that happens again. The thoughts on the Eichel situation? Yeah, I think Eichel sits out all year. I don't see what else they're going to do. He's not playing in Buffalo again after what he said. He called them... I've had it. Do I still have it? I'll try to show you what he said. He called them... He didn't call him Mickey Mouse, but he didn't. Anyway, I don't think he's playing ever for Buffalo again. So unless they let him have the operation, he's going to be an LTIR. I don't know, but I think he sits out.
Who are we talking about?
Hey?
Oh, Michael Mcniven.
Where's that? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Answer that. Go ahead. I see it now.
I thought he was, in the first game, I thought he made some nice saves.
Here it is.
Seemed to be in decent position. That's about it. Obviously he's not going to crack the team because we have Price and Allen, but
he's depth.
I think he and Primo my concern with Primo is his confidence right now.
He looked good in the scrimmage game. Apparently, he looked good there.
Okay.
That's what I read.
But yeah, just from what I saw in the obviously from last year in that first preseason game, he still looks a little shaken up. So hopefully he can turn that around. But Mcniven, I didn't think looked bad. So it's good having some depth at the goalie position.
Amy asks, "What position do you think we will finish?" I don't know. It could be doggy or missionary. Oh, you weren't asking about that. I'm really sorry. Yeah, listen, I think they fight to get into the playoffs. I think they got a shot to get fourth. I see them somewhere around 4th to 6th. Honestly, that's where I see them, depending on how things go. But I think they'll still fight to get in. And I think it's going to be Toronto and them for 3rd and 4th. Sherratt said that it's not considered a cross-check if only one hand is on the stick. Guess he found the loophole. Yeah, but that's gotta be hard. Where do you hold it? Because if you one hand, the stick's just gonna bounce back. No,
Just hold it in the middle and punch.
yeah, it's a punch to the back. I don't think that's cool either. So that's interesting, though. That's interesting. I wonder what he's gonna do. Right, I hadn't heard that one from him. Anti-vaxxers, this is what I think will be. Hoffman on third with Guhle and Evans. And I think we're going to find out that whether or not Evans has a really a good offensive game. I'm playing with Hoffman and Gallagher. You're going to have some offense to you. So we're going to find out. But I do think that's how it's going to end up. Did I see Guhle? Asking me Guhle and I did not see this. Where was this? He's a superstar. He made himself available to interviews at the new built Gatineau Arena. Nice. His number 4 retired for all his Quebec league. Yeah, Guhle with the Quebec Rempart. He was number 4 for Jean Beliveau. Jean Beliveau was his idol, and he wore number 4. And obviously, he could not wear that when he got to Montreal. And that's why he took number 10. And I don't know what the number 10, if there was any significance to that, but he wore number 4 for the Quebec Rempart, for people who don't know.
No, that arena that just got built, that's for Trois-Rivières, right?
In Gatineau. No, Gatineau is in no. Trois-Rivières and Gatineau not close.
Oh, okay.
Gatineau is just outside, is just across the border, I guess, from Ottawa. Just like Ottawa, Gatineau, there's like a little river, something kind of body of water between them, but one's Ottawa, one's Quebec.
Because Trois-Rivières just did something with their arena, and it looks sick. I honestly love that logo.
Yeah, the Trois-Rivières. Yeah, I like it too. I don't know what kind. I don't know what's with the arena there, so I couldn't tell you that.
Okay,
but that's definitely not that. But I'm gonna look for that interview. I want to see that for sure. What was that? 31. Awesome. Okay, well, let me do this. And then this won't take more than a few seconds. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up. And since it's a membership drive, we want you to become a member of Talking Habs. And to take a membership, there is a join button below the window. I'm not sure on a phone where it is because I don't watch this on phones. Anyways, you click that and it tells you everything you need to know. And there's a new members perk, actually. And I will have to read this. There's a new membership perk that they just announced recently, and I just heard of today. So channel members can send one special highlighted message per month in live chat to recognize and celebrate how long they've been a member. So if you have, if you're a member for longer than a month, I think that's the thing. You'll be able to send. Kind of like they kind of make it like it's a big thing. You get one of these, but I think it's if you can send one highlighted message, and we're definitely going to see it a month. So it's a new perk. It's there for all the members, and I don't know. It just seems like it's when I read that it's one a month, it's like kind of like I don't know, a little underwhelming, but it's available to you guys.
Cool.
All right, let me see where I don't know where I'm at right now. Let's go look at comments. When did this become a roast session for the Leafs? When did it not? That's my question. It's always a roast session.
It's always a roast session.
It's always for the Leafs, always. Just the way she is. And I'm not being sexist there. That's just the way it is. Okay, sorry. It's just the saying. Where are the new ones? The new ones. Oh, I got to scroll down. I think that's why. There. Where do you place Armia? He's been playing almost godlike this preseason. That's the thing. I mean, Armia, I don't see him playing higher on the. I think this is what the person was talking about for Hoffman playing on the fourth line is Armia would be shifted to the left side third line because he's playing so well. So if that happens, then yeah. Otherwise, I mean, he's got to play fourth line because he's not going to play above Gallagher, Anderson, and Caulfield. I mean, I really doubt that. So, yeah. So that's why that talk, like Armia would shift to the other side. So there you go. Montreal is taking a hard look at Guhle to actually crack the roster this year. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I don't think that's a serious yes, he's going to play for Montreal all year. What I think that, because I read this, and what I read earlier before the training camp had started was, don't be surprised to see Caden Guhle break camp with Montreal, but not stay for more than, 2 to 5, 6 games, and then go to Laval because they don't want to. I don't know if it's the ELC, but I doubt that because if he's playing in Laval, he's going to use that up. But I heard that's what I heard, and it makes a lot of sense. But don't expect him to crack the lineup as a regular this season. I don't really think so. But I did say last year that I thought Guhle had a chance to be fast-tracked. He's going to be one of those quick risers, and we'll see him not this season, but the season after. And I think next season – I kind of think we're going to see Caden Guhle as a regular on the Habs blue line.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think so this year. As much as I'm impressed with him and we're impressed, but it was one game so far. Right. Let's see this a little bit more first before we really even go there, because that's, then we're Leaf fans and we don't want to be like that. So let him develop. I don't think he's there yet, but he's damn close. On the defensive side, man, that guy is there. But I think his offense really lacks, and his confidence in it lacks enough that he needs to go to Laval for a bit, in my opinion. And could I be wrong? I hope I'm wrong, really. I mean, I hope, but I don't want to rush this kid at all. The most important thing with Montreal is the players are playing positions and roles they are best at. Well, this is something that I think we're going to like about Ducharme, where I don't think we agree. I think a lot of us agree with Julian, he didn't really do this, and that's put players in positions to, what's the word I'm looking for now?
To succeed?
To succeed. Yeah, he's going to put them in spots and play them in places where, they're going to succeed. I don't think Julian did that to huge advantage personally. But Ducharme, I think, will do that. And, I mean, that's basically what that is, right? Mm. Putting them in places where they are going to be best. And that's what we're going to see. If that's the case, we could be pretty surprised with a team that ends up by mid-season anyway and beyond. We might be surprised at how good this team potentially could be by then. Or not. Who knows? I will allow someone to give me a membership. Thank you in advance, Habs brothers. The Godfather made you an offer you can't refuse. Ever since Donald, no, I want to call him Don. So I haven't done that in a while. Don Ducharme, because that's who DD is, took over. Armia has come alive. And I have a feeling he's going to have a great year. Well, and it's true. If you remember when Ducharme took over, he said he was going to do some special work with Armia. Yeah, he really believes in Armia. I can see that. Because he said that back then. I remember. Having 4 lines allows you to have constant pressure. Yep. And if you get 4 lines that you can get, a little scoring, because they don't have that elite scorer. We still don't have that yet, right? So if you can roll 4 lines and get scoring on all 4 lines, then there's not going to be too many nights when teams can totally shut you down, right? And, that's a good thing. So if you don't have that big line, Guhle needs to keep developing and being captain of Team Canada. Returning to his junior team to play big minutes and dominate at his age level is better long term. I agree with that 100%. I don't think he's ready. If he was absolutely, you look at him and go, man, this kid's ready. it's a different story. But I don't think that's the case yet. But I have something. Oh, I gotta find this. And this kid's full of confidence, though. I've got to find it though. Did I put it up here? I didn't. I knew I forgot.
Was it what I know he spoke about. He spoke after the first game.
I'm stealing this from Matty Hockey Junkie because I couldn't find it, so I had to go and get it off of his video. But if you give me a moment,
yep,
I have something that I want to show you guys here. And I don't know why I didn't put it in here. Okay, so this is from Guhle talking about himself. I played a good game. I made sure I remained the player I am, to keep my game simple, to be efficient. I knew it would be faster than I'm used to. It was even more so. I knew the level of talent would be raised. I was ready. I'm where I want to be. I do what I want to do. It was really pleasant. That is a kid that, if you remember what Bergevin said about KK, one of the problems was he needs to learn how to evaluate himself. If you look at that, this player does not have that problem. He's full of confidence, yet he's evaluated himself. And he's evaluated himself properly. And that's an amazing thing to see. I love that.
It's a mature thing to say, too.
It's such a mature thing. It shows his maturity. Yeah, it shows this is going to be a player. Guhle's like pretty much a no-miss prospect. But I love that, what he said. That's such confidence. And, there's nothing wrong with having confidence in yourself, but you don't have to be cocky about it. And I don't find anything cocky about that, even though that was super confident. That wasn't cocky. And that's not easy to do. So I like seeing that. And I thank Hockey Junkie for that, because I could not find that anywhere else. I had to go get his video and take a screenshot and then put it up here. But I got it. Because I thought that was important. Hey, Matt Outdoor, how's it going? Guhle and Norlinder might need at least one more year before making it to the big leagues. Yeah, definitely. And listen, even Norlinder might need 2. Like, I kind of think Norlinder could be next year, or he could be in Laval next year and then here. But I think Guhle will be here next year.
I mean, look, I think so. Especially if especially like defensively, just the way he uses his body too. Like he knows how to use his body. He knows the position he needs to be in. Like defensively, I think he's there. I think he just needs to work on the offense just a little bit. But I can next year I can see him making the NHL.
And when we say work in the offense, we're not saying that this is an offensive-minded defenseman.
Right.
Excuse me, he's not. But he still needs to be there for the transition, for on the rush. He needs to be at that level so he can, he's going to be on the ice. He has to know what be good enough for that aspect of the game. What else? At 19, he has the strength as well. You can see the way he takes the body. By the way, in the video that I'm doing tomorrow, if you watched Hockey Junkie's video, and I hadn't seen it till today, and Matt and I were talking last night, and I think I was mentioning something, and he said that Junkie had put it in his video, and that was about Shea Weber, how this kid reminds you so much of Shea Weber. So what I did was I went and got some clips. There wasn't a bunch of Shea Weber hit clips, body, that kind of stuff. There was mostly offense. And then so I found some stuff that Caden Guhle has done in juniors that you could see the comparison is there. So if this kid keeps trending the way he is, he's going to be a pretty good defenseman.
Yeah, and not even just the way that he plays, but also his size. Like his size is right there too. He's got the big size, boy.
And the thing is, he's 19. Potential for another inch growth, and the weight
probably put
isn't
some
there
muscle
yet.
On too. You'd have to think.
Yeah, his size. He's going to put on muscle. He's going to be a lot heavier. By the time he's mature, and there's such potential for this guy. So I haven't written the script for the video yet. That's what I have to do in the morning, and then you look for a video out probably tomorrow night for on this. Everyone's got one out. I just haven't chimed in yet. So that happens a lot. Hang on, where am I? Bergevin didn't accept initial offer. Will Molson offer more? Some say he deserves more. Others wonder if Chicago report is in play. What's this about? I missed something?
Is Bergevin still in negotiations for a new contract?
Is this what we're talking? Oh, okay. Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that if that's the case, I have a feeling that Bergevin. Yeah, I think there might be something to that. Apparently, though, Chicago swept this under the carpet, and they don't expect anything more to come of it. Honestly, so I don't know if there's anything more to come of it, but maybe there's a bit of that. And I think literally, I think he needs the team to go on another run to show that the work is good for him to get re-energized. I think the summer, and I think it took a lot out of him. I really do, and I think he needs to be re-energized here. So I don't really know. I was reading somewhere about this Chicago thing that this is going to really be like swept under the rug. We're not going to get much closure on that. I don't know if anybody else has heard anything, but I saw something last week about that. So yeah, I don't know if it has something to do with it. It might, though. It has something to do with it. Yeah, Armia definitely has huge potential. Ducharme's working with him, and we're gonna see the reason why, because a lot of people thought he'd be good trade potential, get some draft picks, but we're going to see the reason why Armia was kept. If Armia can get some consistency in his game on a night in, night out kind of consistency, he's got really big potential still. He's just hitting his prime right now. He's at his best. Oh, I saw a really nice play in camp. So it's Armia. And whoever number 80 is, I think it's a kid named Bork. Anyway, they're going in on the net. The number 80 is a defenseman, or he's playing the defender's position, right? Armia comes in, and he does this move, puts the puck back the other way, spins, and gets the puck, scores. And the kid number 80 just falls on his ass. He's totally like a pylon. Really nice move by Armia. If he can start doing stuff like that in front of the net, man, yeah, he's got some good potential, Armia. I really like Armia. He needs some consistency as far as a night in, night out thing.
Right.
He doesn't have to score every night, but he has to score more often than he does. If he can do double his kind of those nights where he has, if he can double or hopefully triple that, I think he'd be pretty awesome. KK better break out this season. Carolina's having fun still with this KK in preseason game. I think today, or I don't know when, but he had 2 points in a period. So they tweeted out, KK just got 2 points in a period. Is that good? Like, you idiots. Are you still stuck on this? We've moved beyond this already. They're still stuck on their revenge on getting KK. Although I have to admit, KK's starting to look good over there. I still said I think KK is going to be a good player. But right now, Dvorak's a better player this year than KK should be. If KK breaks out and has a great year and you go, oh, wow, they're both good, hey, they win. I'll tell you that. If it takes them a few years, 2-3 years, then we have the upper hand right now. But also remember, they're in preseason too, so their quality of the offense or the opponent that they're playing is just like with Montreal. It's not the top quality, so some of this good stuff we're seeing, you got to temper it with that. Let's see. Paling seems injured. Really? Paling seems injured based on JIC coverage. Rich, watch it when you can. I don't know how to get it. He was showing pain today. Really? Oh. What? Where was the injury? Like what part? Hey, old man, you missed my poem. Did you hear my poem? Because I kind of wrote it with you in mind. Let me know if you didn't hear the poem. I'm going to reread it just for you. I may redo. I don't know. I don't know. We're losing people, so either we're not entertaining enough tonight, or you all are leaving because I haven't repeated all my news that I had. I might repeat it because maybe the second time around I'll do a better job at it. Great to see Ducharme spending time with both red and white teams today.
Mhm.
Well, it is his job as coach. Come on. I mean, it is,
Right, yeah.
When will the photographer make the cut for the big club? Who's the photographer? Huh? I'm not getting that. That's probably a reference because his name is The Godfather. It could be a reference to the movies. I'm not getting that. I probably should, but I'm not. So
Yeah, I'm not picking up on it either.
sorry, buddy. Don't have someone come break my knees, though, eh? I got a problem. I don't need worse. Dvorak is so versatile. You can put this guy in many situations and succeed. Habs should thank KK. Dvorak's a two-way center. He's a good two-way center. Nick Suzuki is a good two-way center. We got some really good guys up front. The thing is that they're neither of them right now are that traditional number one center,
Right.
which I think Suzuki will turn out to be at the end of the season. I've made that prediction in a video that barely anybody watched that I put out yesterday. 12 questions about Nick Suzuki. So there won't be any more 12 questions videos after that performance. But that's okay. It was going to be the last one anyway. So, yes, Guhle is going to should be the captain of the Team Canada. And hopefully they will lead them. He will lead them to gold. That would be nice. Don't like it when Canada doesn't win gold.
I do.
But you're see, in this instance, your vote doesn't count. It just doesn't.
I mean, we're the defending gold medalists, so.
And listen, a very quick way, I can tell you, a very quick way to be muted on this channel is to say things like that. Yeah, just to remind everybody, if you haven't figured it out by Matt's accent, he's American, so he's allowed to say that stuff. It would be nice also if you could have access like I do and put comments up there.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be left
That would
up
be
to
nice.
me. I'd be able to light my doobie without worrying. Can hardly wait to see Andy kick the living shit out of Muzzin again and again. Yeah, you know what? I don't really want to see that, only in that I don't want him to get hurt fighting. You know what I mean? Don't need him breaking his hand and shit. We don't need that. He's going to be too valuable. So as much as I like the fact that he doesn't take shit, I still don't really want to see him swinging too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see him play his game. So that's what's really important. Carolina played 12 regulars against Tampa's AHL team. I guess they wanted to win. You look, every team's different. They do what they do. They might not have as many prospects and stuff to look at, so they may have done that already.
Mm-hmm.
Paling looked injured bottom, groin or leg. Wouldn't that be sucky if Paling gets hurt again in training camp when he's on the verge of making the team? What's up for him? Hurry, Matt. The dog is needed for ratings. Yes, Matt. Where's Cooper? Because we're dropping here. We need more people. Look, we talked about Cooper. Went up one.
He's probably sleeping in the other room. I don't really want to wake him up.
Not interested in ratings. What can I say? If USA
is behind me, he was out there earlier.
Matt, don't worry about it. If the USA wins and Matt celebrates, we kick him out. No, if the USA wins, he's allowed. I don't do that here on this channel. We don't hate. Except in one instance, I'm allowed to hate. You guys, it's up to you. I make no bones about the fact that I hate the Leafs, but I do not hate Leafs fans. So Leafs fans, I hope you enjoy my sense of humor about it, because when I see it the other way around, I laugh sometimes too. I think it's funny, you know. It is what it is, right? We hate each other, but in the end, hopefully the games are great and we can enjoy the hockey. But yeah, that's the only team I hate. It is the only team I hate. The Bruins I don't hate. I don't like them. They're my second least favorite, but I don't really hate them the same way. Anyway, as Matt just stares at me because I'm talking about Boston. If anyone wondering,
I'm honestly, I'm kind of the same way. I hate to, I can't stand the Leafs, and I really can't stand their fans. But yeah,
listen.
I grew up a Bruins fan and in Bruins territory, so
there are some.
I don't like them, but
there are some Leafs fans that are insufferable. But quite frankly, there are some Habs fans that are insufferable just as much. So
that's really any fan base.
But on an individual basis, do I hate Leafs fans? No, I don't hate Leafs fans. I just hate the Leafs. That's all. So, and I'm sure they hate the Habs, and I let them make fun. So I'm allowed. Let me make fun. First time probably since original six, the two Stanley Cup finalists came from same division. Montreal, Tampa. It's very true. Very true. Yeah, no, I think that you're right. Not only same division, I mean same. In the end, same. No, division. Yeah, you're right. Division.
Yeah,
I thought in my head I read division and I said it. In my head it was conference. Don't know why. I don't know why that would be. I don't know why that would be. Eichel sucks not going to play for Team USA in the Olympics. Or sucks for Eichel. Well, yeah, but he's
nothing he can do about it.
He's not, unless they let him take his surgery there, he's not going to get fixed. I don't see how. Or if he gets healthy by, whatever program they have him on, it won't last.
They want him to have the fusion surgery. He wants to have the artificial disc replacement.
Yeah, so no, he's not having their surgery, so I don't see how he'll play. Hey, Quinn, how's it going?
What's up, Quinn?
I was good. Mostly, except for the middle part of my body, from my knees to my, basically like halfway up my back. Except for that part, everything's great. Like, everything's great. But other than that, no, everything's good. I'm good. Except, I'll talk about this for a sec. You guys know I'm using Rick Simpson oil. I can't get any right now. I'm on a waiting list because it's very popular. That sucks.
It does.
So I'm in a little bit more pain than normal because I'm almost out and I'm not using it as much. Do you think Pizzetta is going to take Lecky's place? No. And do you think Guhle is in? And I don't know why, but it's way too early to compare him as a Hedman. I said, wow, chill, way too early. Well, I wouldn't, Petty, I don't know about Hedman. Hedman's got offense. I don't know how much offense Guhle has. That's what we don't know. So I don't know about Hedman as a good comparison. Pizzetta, he's not taking Lecky's place. But, he could have a really good season in Laval. He could come up as for an injury replacement thing. I mean, they might want to take a look at him in an NHL game, and we'll see him for a couple of games. But, yeah. I think no more than that. And Guhle, I don't know that Hedman's a good comparison for Guhle. Seriously, Shea Weber with less offense. Shea Weber with less offense is a great comparison so far from what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And
100% agreed.
When you see my Guhle video, you'll see I literally I'm gonna use clips to compare. So we're gonna see, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And enjoy my editing. It should be fun. He says, because I'm not biased about it at all. Okay. As long as Canada wins at the Olympics, go Canada, go! Yeah, that's what I say. I don't mind. USA can come in second. No problem. I took a few days off. My Google account got deleted. So I had to make a new account. You took a few days off and your Google account got deleted. You must have got hacked, my friend. That sucks. Go Habs, go Canadians de Montreal. Go Canada. Go. Norlinder's going back to the SHL. Yeah, he's definitely. No, but the rumor right now is that they've already cut him, but it's because he is injured. He has a minor injury, and he is day-to-day, and that's the reason why he was not in either the A group or B group. That's the reason why in the practice. So it's not that they cut him. I saw that was what people were thinking. So apparently it's not that. Could it end up being that? I mean, it could, but apparently it's not right now. Anti-vaxxer, Eichel will he'll just sit there until they say he can have his surgery, because no team is giving up anything until there is a resolution, and I 100% agree with that. And even the longer it goes, the less likely anybody's going to give them anything that is worth it for them, for Buffalo. So Buffalo's backed themselves into a corner, I think. And at this point, Leafs loser even after 50 seasons. Finally, a good explanation for why it's Leafs and not Leaves. Let me see if I can come on. Leaves nothing about first round I can make out of that. Not happening. Buffalo made the worst. How do you leave people in I forget that joke. God damn it. Don't get old. Words just flip out of your head when you need them the most. They deleted your Google account during my show a couple of weeks ago? I didn't know they listened to me. Wow. No, I didn't ask them to do that. That's kind of weird, though. And people are worried about the vaccine and then being tracked. Hey? We're already tracked everywhere the hell we go. They're going to get out of paying Eichel. Well, no. I mean, okay. That's true. I mean, I imagine they have insurance right now, so they won't have to pay him a lot in the end of his contract. The insurance will probably cover that, and they get out of his contract money against the cap, his LTIR. But I mean, you're taking a pretty good player out of your lineup, and I don't know how that benefits the team. And if you're not going to have him there, well, you should be trading him so you can get other pretty good players in your lineup, and I don't see how it works. Buffalo has shit the bed, if you ask me, and I am not going to change my mind on that. Who do you think is first to make an offer to Eichel? If probably not going to happen, he gets bought out. Oh, a buyout? I don't know. He's got a lot of years left. I don't see them buying him out either. That's going to be really costly to them, and I don't see how that works, Petty. I really don't. The penalties and I think he's going to have 4 years or something, 5 years left of his contract, which means they pay him for 10 years. Because whatever term is left when you buy out a player, that doubles in years that he actually gets money from you. Although the money does drop over the years, but the first couple are pretty heavy. With a $10 million cap hit, the first season is going to be close to that. And then the next one's not going to be that far off. And, it's going to drop over to you, but it's still, I wouldn't do it. So I don't expect that to happen. Dixon, they're going to be out of paying him for the year. That's true. Well, I don't know. I mean, only if insurance covers the contract, so they don't have to pay it. But just because he's on LTIR, he gets paid. They pay him, but it's just not against the cap. So someone's paying him, the team or insurance company. Someone's paying him.
Yeah, and look, and the problem with the situation is he probably would have been moved by now, let's be honest, but the Sabres won't move on their price. And they don't understand that no one's giving up 4 first-round picks for a guy who's going to have a risky surgery, who as of right now is only probably going to play a third of the season if he gets moved right now.
If that, I mean, that's if everything goes okay, right?
Right.
So it's still a risk.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you just got to take what you can get. But Buffalo's stupid. Kim Pegula won't move off her price. So
if you ask me, the only way for both sides to get what they want is they let him get the surgery, and then when he's healthy, they move him, because that's when teams will say, "Yeah, we'll give you what you want," basically for him.
Right.
Not until that happens, and even then, you won't get the full amount because it's still an unknown till he starts to play and gets hit and over a season, whether he's fine or not. So it's I don't know. It's just I don't see there being I really don't see a solution here until it happens. I don't see one.
No, unfortunately, and like I said, I feel for Eichel because he just wants to get healthy and play hockey, and it's such a shit situation. I remember there, what was it? I think it was, I want to say it was either July, the beginning of August, when Robert Lehner came out and talked about how bad the Sabres are, and that basically just kind of told me everything that I'd kind of assumed about them. They're just a trash organization, and they really just need a management overhaul. Somebody that knows hockey needs to step in and buy the team for the Pegulas at this point.
They got to install a hockey person to make the decisions.
Yeah, no, because like I said, as far as I know, Kim Pegula has final say on everything that gets done with the Sabres.
They got to change that, or there's going to be a shit.
Well, they did it with the Bills, and look at the Bills. I don't know. I don't know if the Sabres are like her baby and but until that changes, nothing's going to change with Buffalo.
No, I tend to agree with you. I think I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. I'll go for a few more. Blackwood needs to get the shot. Yes, he does. Take his head out of his ass too. Does Eichel's trade value drop? It has.
1,000%. It has. No one's giving up 4 first-round picks for him. Right now, no, he's not worth that. It's too big of a risk to give up that much. And I know when the Canadians were negotiating for him, Buffalo wanted like Suzuki, Caulfield,
and Romanov,
and a first-round pick. It's like, no, you're out of your damn mind.
We'll give you this one player. Give us half your team. Just half the team. No, we'll let you keep half. We just want half. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, we'll take your best young guys and a first-round pick, and we'll give you a guy with a broken fucking neck.
And we want GM Mark Bergevin's right leg because he's got to give something. I don't know why I said that. Type of surgery, Buffalo is not responsible. Because of the type of surgery, Buffalo is not responsible. Well, they don't want to be responsible. I don't know.
That's why they're not letting him have the surgery.
They don't want to take the chance, but
they have to okay it. That's why they won't okay it, because of the risk. But he's adamant on having this surgery. He's standing firm. Nothing's going to change his mind. They want him to have where the disc is. They want the disc out, the vertebrae to be fused. What Eichel wants is the disc out and an artificial disc put in, and he's adamant about that. And he sounds like he's staying firm, so nothing's going to change on that front. So either Buffalo takes what they can get, or they let him have the surgery, see what he can do, maybe get some value for him. But right now, I'd honestly maybe a first and a prospect maybe, but
and a bag of pucks.
Yeah, that's it though. I have a very hard time seeing how anything other than that would make sense for Eichel.
It wouldn't. It doesn't. It just doesn't. All right, we're gonna go to we're gonna repeat something today right now, and that's some news stories for those of you who weren't here when I did my news, and hopefully I'll deliver it a little better too. All right, so we got some news, and this is very interesting news. And this is about the Toronto Maple Leafs, and most of this is about the Toronto Maple Leafs because it's Toronto Maple Leafs Fun Day. Leafs coach Sheldon Keefe, he thinks the possible crackdown on cross-checking will help the Leafs, says Keefe. With the Leafs being such a soft team, the increased power play time will be good for them. He also thinks if successful and cross-checking stops being used so much, his soft but expensive trio of Mitch Marner, seen here pictured with the coach, and captains John Tavares and Captain Underpants, will be less afraid to be on the ice and will get hurt less often. He also says there's a financial benefit for the team as well, since they will need to buy far fewer diapers for the players to wear during games. For this guy here, very important. Toronto Maple Leafs have announced a new Toronto Maple Leafs have announced a new sponsor whose logo, and this logo will appear on their helmets. You know how they're doing the side of the helmets? And this new sponsor is Choke Cola. Choke Cola, now even chokier. Choke Cola, who's buying the next round? Oh, yeah, we don't make it to the next round. Choke Cola. Apparently, Austin Matthews' dad and Cole Caulfield's dad knew each other when they were babies. So there's an old photo of the two toddlers that's just surfaced recently, and I got a copy of it today. And oddly, it's a sign of a bit of a sign, an omen for the future from these two guys. And here is the picture, and I wish I could deliver it better, but I didn't. Knock them out. Nashville Predators have unveiled their new logo. Nashville Predators. I know I am a bit of a dick, but that's Richard to you. And last but not least, there was a team from Toronto. They were called the Leafs. They were a very soft team, rarely getting into beefs. When the league cracked down on cross-checks, they collectively said, thank God. I hate it when those brutes try to damage my sexy bod. Sheldon Keefe, their coach, said the Leafs should really benefit from having star center Captain Underpants Austin Matthews not constantly having to go take a shit. Now I need a real commercial. Everybody's heads blown. If you didn't like this news segment, I can send you this form, and you just send it in, Hurt Feelings Report. And if you can't use a pen, we send you the already filled out form. A little better. How many people we lose this time? Not too many. All right.
Not
so
too many, but we got Dono hype.
Oh, we got Dono hype?
Jordan Sailor with the $6.99.
Jordan! Hey, Jordan. Jordan Sailor. A super sticker. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan. You're going to get entered. As you know, you got a bunch of entries in there already. We're going to give away that hat on the 13th of October, the night of the very first game. So that's when the draw for that hat's going to be. Thank you so much, Jordan. Some Jordan hype and some Dono hype in the room. Awesome. MB counter offer KK and a draft pick. For who?
That I guess was what back when they were negotiating for Eichel.
Yeah,
that was one of the offers. They're KK and a couple of draft picks, and they said no.
Well, and KK came off the table when the offer sheet came out as well. That definitely happened. So let's see. Let's see what else we got. Leafs are babies. They won the cup 4 days ago versus the Habs. Yep. No, they didn't win the cup. But the thing is, the first game was like the first 6 games of the playoff series, and then the second game was Game 7, and of course they choked and they didn't make it to the second round. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? Long time no see. Not bad. I'm doing good. How you doing? Damn, out of questions, and I used up my so-so comedy already twice. No, looked at that already. Come on, guys. You got to feed us here. Got to feed us here. Matt's falling asleep over there. And I'm the opposite because I'm not falling asleep. Got my dog on my lap. That won't get comfortable. I don't have anything else. So unless we're gonna, I don't know. We got 32. We got the most people in the room, and at the time when I run out of good stuff. What's going on, Matt? You look preoccupied.
I'm trying to read the chat, see if anything new comes up.
No, we've gone through everything in the chat, so we need. I need to come up with more material, or we could always just look at this picture because this picture is just funny. I mean, I think it says it all right there, and it's amazing how they kind of look alike. It looks like Ron Jeremy could be Austin Matthews' uncle. Don't you think?
I mean, yeah.
Or like in an alternate universe, that's one side is Austin Matthews, and the alternate universe, that's what he looks like. No?
Yeah.
Captain
That was funny.
Underbugs. My kids used to read those books. All right. Did we get any more in the chat? There, we got some. Oh, we got comments. Look at that. I clicked it. Come on. Leafs fans think they are Canada's team that will win a cup. If that's true, then Canada has no hope. I wonder how much longer they're going to have to wait, too. 54 years in accounting. I hope John didn't try to come in. Hot take. I hope he'd understand my take here. Will Bergevin be back next season? I started to feel no, but I hope he comes back. Yeah, I think depending how the season goes, I think. At least that's what he said anyway. He said kind of if they really crap the bed and they finish out of the playoffs, I think it's a possibility, no. But then again, what he said could have been just for negotiation for a new contract, right? Make him worried that he's thinking of leaving. I mean, I don't know. What went on with Matthews and the security guard? I'm going to show you right now. I actually have a picture taken from there. This is what the security guard saw on that day. Right there. And if you notice, and this is like really true here, the part where there's no bulge here in the underwear, there's no bulge where there should be like something. Yeah, apparently that's accurate. Yeah, that's from a video sneak from the locker room. I'm having fun. I don't think anybody else is, but I'm having fun though. And listen, I told you I'm a dick, but that's Richard to you. And remember that. I actually prefer Rick, but I prefer. Okay, we'll do this. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell, and hey, give a thumbs up. And once again, since it is a membership, we want you to become a member of Talking Habs. And if we're halfway through, we could do this.
Let's all go to the lobby.
But I don't think anyone wants to sit through that. Okay, come on. Let's get going here. Leaf fans are... I'm sorry. Leaf fans and thinking don't go together. Is Evander Kane, as of now, finished? Don't know.
If what these new accusations are, if they're proven true, oh yeah, he's done.
It's all over the board because and then the wife, her accusations, some of them were proven false, and now it's the new ones. Like, who the fuck knows anymore? So I say, I mean, if it's proven true, yeah, he's done. Definitely. What line do you think Guhle plays on? Well, we went through that before. Third, I think it's going to be second or third. If that second line right now, Devo, Anderson, Drouin, really plays this way all the way through the preseason, I don't see how you take them. Like, I don't see how you break that up. So, yeah, probably end up on the third line from the look of it right now. And I should have taken that off there. That would have made sense. TSN said Montreal has a chance to be second place this season. And then they woke up and went, oh, that was a dream. What? TSN said that? Who? It had to be one of the I know. Craig Button probably said that. Craig Button likes Montreal. Mike Johnson, maybe? Mike Johnson, I hear, is working on the radio this year in Montreal, twice a week. I like Mike Johnson. But I didn't hear that, so I don't think, honestly, to say second place, you know what? You're setting yourself up for disappointment more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I want to think about that. Okay, Ray, I can't because of my knees, baby. You're going to have to go down. You're a good girl. Yeah. It's hard to hold her. I got to tighten up my knees there. I can't, even though I'm wearing my braces. Okay. As I said, that seems a bit much. I mean, they'd be really overachieving, I think, at that point. So, I'm hoping they make the playoffs. I'm happy if they get in there in fourth. Look what happened. They got in fourth spot. They did pretty good last season. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the guy was drunk or something. I think realistically, I'm going to be very realistic in my head and say, like, you can't guarantee that this team is going to be as good as we kind of hoping after seeing a preseason game. So I'm not going to go there and go second and third. Personally, I think they're going to finish somewhere between fourth and sixth. And that's going to depend on how they play and how the other teams play. It's going to be a big difference, it's going to have a big effect on it. And injuries are going to be, because I'm kind of worried with Hoffman before the training camp started. Caulfield on a stupid little thing. I'm worried that that's an omen for injuries. Montreal has pretty good depth, but in saying that, if you have to use your depth like that a lot all season, you're probably not going to finish at that high end that you're looking at. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm looking at fourth or fifth really for Montreal, and I'm hoping for fourth. If they finish higher, like bonus and like as the cherry on top of the cake, as they say. So that's how I look at it. Wonder how much Brady Tkachuk will get. The owner of the Senators is very cheap. Yeah, they'd come out and said they're offering him 8x8. They never did. He said they're not even close. Brady Tkachuk said they're not even close. His agent said. So I don't know. Is he going to be signed by the start of the season? He's going to be in a bad position. It's not a good thing to sit out training camp on purpose, especially. So you put yourself behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, but look, I think 8x8 would probably be around that number because look at what everyone else is getting in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what Elias Pettersson and Hughes are going to get, whatever they get in Vancouver.
No, I think 8x8 is probably accurate, except that it surprises me because, like you said, the owner is so cheap over there. But I mean, you got to think maybe 8x8 is what they want, but Senators aren't close to offering that. Is what I kind of tend to think that is what's going on. Oh, fine. Oh, I looked at that.
Plus, with what Kaprizov got after 1 year, I mean, that's kind of screwed up the market.
That's insanity, though.
Yeah.
That's going to come back to. Whoop! I had another one here. Top Shelf Hockey, one-off new video says MB won't be with the team. When, though? What are you talking about? Won't be with the team when? First of all, Top Shelf Hockey is all rumor until something actually happens and he's reporting on something that happened. But Top Shelf Hockey, his main thing is he's working with the rumors that are out there and that he's hearing in speculation. So I don't know. It doesn't mean anything. Craig Button, who said the Habs would get beat easily in 4 by the Laughs. Yeah, but he is a Habs fan, actually. And he does he usually says nice things about Montreal. And he admitted how wrong he was on that. No Drieger, was that? I don't know why that. Yeah, I said that. Oh, we're out of comments again, Matt. Okay, Matt and I are going to put a record on and we're going to dance.
I'm too tired to dance. What are you talking about?
What we're asking for, though, because it's not live, you can't put dollar bills. We're just asking for donations. How's that go, anybody? Matt, you start.
I'm too tired. I'm not dancing. I'm too tired.
Yes, they're saying he is going to GM in LA. Yeah, that's. I saw that one. That's just. I think that was for fun. I don't think that was a serious thing that I read. I read that on Twitter, and yeah, okay. He's going to join Deneau. Yeah, I don't think so. Not in LA. Oh, that's what I thought you meant. Chris Drieger. I don't know why I thought Drieger was. Drieger said Montreal has a chance to be second place. Yeah, Drieger. Drieger's Drieger's a bit of a clickbait guy, I have to say. He's become a bit clickbaity. So yeah, whatever. Hey, Steven from Chicago. Am I right? Chicago, Steven. Do you watch Montreal hockey inside out with Julian McKenzie? Not really. I don't like those guys. It's mostly because it's the Montreal Gazette that's behind that. And Montreal Gazette, I don't like their lean most of the time. They seem more provocative than, I don't know, than any meat in what they're talking about. Rick wants a lap dance? No, I was going to give a lap dance kind of thing, I guess. Not get one.
Rick, take the comment down.
Oh, Rick, I heard that. I was right. Steve from Chicago. My memory's not bad. Do any Habs think we made a mistake by not matching the offer sheet? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. You heard anything? I haven't heard any Habs saying that. Even Nick Suzuki kind of, I think, agrees that they ended up better off. And he was pretty good friends with KK, so.
Mm-hmm.
Only guy in town that isn't a Blackhawk fan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure there's other ones, but probably not a ton of you guys. But yeah. You'd be surprised how many there probably are in town that don't like them. MB doesn't want to go somewhere and watch someone else take what he built and get the cup. I mean, not LA anyway. I mean, I tend to think it's for negotiation, personally. Dvorak looks good now. He sure does. Hey, he's from. I know he's from Illinois. I'm trying to think of Palos Heights. Where's that? Since you're from Chicago, is that in Chicago, around Chicago, suburbs, something like that? I hope Suzuki and Caulfield don't get an offer sheet. Well, if Montreal's smart, they sign them to an extension before their ELCs are done, so there's no need for that to possibly happen. Montreal could have done that with KK, but it's obvious that Montreal wasn't as high on KK as at least I thought that they actually were. They really weren't, and it wasn't a negotiation ploy. So no wonder he's a tough guy, Dvorak. He's from the South Side. It's a South Side suburb, South Side of Chicago. What's the song? Hang on. It's the hardest part of town. And if you go down there, you got to beware of a man named Leroy Brown. I'm telling you. And you old guys know that reference. I actually named a dog after that song. So I just did it very badly. Canes will offer sheet Suzuki, then Caulfield. They won't get the opportunity. At least if they're smart, they will. Habs won't give them the opportunity. I was in 1984. I was 21 years old, working as a helper on a truck. We were delivering furniture, and we worked our way to Chicago. And first place we went to was the South Side. And we're driving through the South Side, and I was only 21, so not very world experienced. I think we were there for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, and didn't see one white face other than mine and the guy I was working with. But I'll take this away from it, that shocked the hell out of me. Everywhere we went and spoke to people, they were some of the nicest people. I remember them being so nice and friendly, like exceptionally so. So I was scared being there, South Side of Chicago, but it was a great experience. I know I didn't have to stay overnight or anything, so obviously, but it was really a great experience, and I was surprised. Whereas what we did in New York on a different trip was the opposite. New York, not very nice. So there you go. I don't imagine it's the same. Chicago's supposed to be pretty bad right now with guns and violence and shit. So, oh, that's pretty cool. That didn't happen, but we also had two guys try to sell his jewelry, like you see in the old cartoons. The guy opens his coat. You want to watch? That literally happened. He did that. He had watches, pulled up his sleeve, had all kinds of jewelry. Like that literally happened. So yeah, those are the things I take back. That was 1984. I take that away from that. It happened in New York too. Somebody tried to sell his jewelry. See, Steven's got to be around my age because it's the baddest part of town. That's what I didn't get. The word I didn't get. So he knows that song. Jim Croce. Who? That's what you guys are saying. Great folk artist from the 70s, died in a plane crash. 1974. I think 74. Druin's going to have a great year. Got to watch him play live a lot back in his Moose days, and his talent is unreal. Yeah, I just hope he can get back to that. I mean, I've seen some highlights of him when he was young. I mean, the kid was pretty awesome, I have to say. It's not the guy we've seen here in Montreal, but I dare say he's had these problems for a little while. If he's got a handle on that and we can start seeing that Drouin again, yeah, it could be pretty good. Dvorak's from the suburb on the south side. No, I get it. Still, I'm going to give him some street cred just for living close. Crosby ahead of the Rocket at 5 in top 75. I don't get that. Do you get that?
Is that like top 75 players of all time, maybe? If that's the case, I don't even know why Crosby cracks the top 5.
Anika, I'm sorry, because when you said the Rocket, my brain being what it is, thought of the Laval Rocket. Did not think of the Rocket, who's on my thumbnail. Should think of that. So, yeah, sorry about that, Anika. I get it. You make a lot of sense. Crosby is ahead of the Rocket at 5 in top 75. Well, I don't necessarily disagree with that. It's a different era, right? A totally different era. It's kind of hard to do that kind of thing. Both great players. Yeah, I can see it. It's one of those things that'll get debated.
Mm-hmm.
Moved back to Chicago from Oakville in 1984. But why were you in Oakville from Chicago in the first place? This is the question. That's all. But that's better. Like, better being in Oakville than in, like, Montreal from Chicago. That's harder to rationalize out. But, yeah, I'm curious as to why you were in Oakville if you're originally from Chicago. That's all. Not an accusation, just curiosity. Hey, Brandon. Thank you. Appreciate that. I will try. I'm going to attempt to keep them. Yeah, they'll keep coming. Not as often, but they're still coming. Oh, so you're 5 years older than me, Stephen. So I'm not the oldest person in the room. That's always nice to know. I don't always expect that I am. Remember Steve Bégin, of course. Good third liner. Good heart. Dixon, that all the passes on that power play. Did you see the sequence from like where it started, the back, forth, back, the movement side to side on the power play on the one you're talking about was amazing. And that's something that's been lacking big time for Montreal, is moving the puck around side to side, get them moving like that. If they can keep doing that, they're going to be pretty successful on the power play. Oh, your dad was a pastor. Okay, cool. So you're religious. You might not be, but I mean, like, I'm totally not. So I always find it weird if religious people watch me, because I don't know why. So I'd be interested to find out why. People saying we might not make playoffs, but I feel we'll be 3 or 4. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. I think we will. But I think we'll fight to get in there, and we might not make it. So don't expect to. Matt, am I keeping you up? Should we take off? You got to work tomorrow.
I'm good.
You're good? He's young. I've got to put him to bed at night sometimes. I'll tuck him in later. Oh, somebody might think that I'm being nasty to you. It wasn't fun. It's an inside joke. Not much of a joke either. So, dude, it's like being in the army, being a pastor. Yeah, for the kids, it's like being in the army, or for your dad. So hard to gauge exhibition games. It is. That's why you can't take too much out of it, right? Good or bad, you can't take too much out of it. There was at least 5 touches on that, but I think the final sequence was, it was boom, 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 like everybody. It was amazing. It was really, it was a nice play to see. Well, cool. I mean, that's cool. I hope my lack of religion doesn't. I don't mean to offend. It's not because I want to offend religious people. It's just, I just find, religious people will talk about it. There's no reason why I can't talk about it. The fight was worth the watch. It wasn't that much of a fight. You're talking about the fight. Was it Anderson? Who was fighting? Anderson and Mein Kampf. It was Anderson.
It was Sherratt and Mein Kampf.
It was Sherratt and Mein Kampf. That's who it was. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't much of a fight though.
Kind of funny, a fight broke out in both games against the Leafs.
True. The soft leaves. They're so soft. Youngsters are easily offended today. Yes, that's because everybody gets a participation medal. That's why. So when you don't, you get criticized, you don't know how to handle it. I heard the Expos might be coming back to Montreal. We're supposed to find out in the next month or two. They're supposed to make an announcement on that. So that's and not a rumor, because the organization that's trying to get them back, or I forget who it was. It was an official organization that tweeted out that there's going to be an announcement. So it's not even a rumor. It's supposed to be happening. AX3J. Well, not bad. I'm not sure how long. We'll be here another maybe 25 minutes. We won't go past the 2-hour mark. Inside Matt went, oh my God, I'm tired. I got to go to bed. Pastors' kids move from town to town like army kids. True. Not offended at all. Wasn't trying to talk religion. Pastors' kids are the wildest. That's what I've heard, actually. So yeah. No, I'm not offended, and I didn't expect that you were. I'm just curious why, and you just because you're a pastor's kid doesn't mean you're really religious too. I'm assuming that, but I wonder why some religious people that have been big subscribers to the channel are like, why they would be, because I'm pretty outspoken about the fact that I'm an atheist. So yeah, but I try not to make fun of that. You're religious, you're allowed. I'm just not religious. I make fun of religion, not of the people that are religious. That's a better way to put it. They need to keep using the bumper pass in the middle. Helps open up the lanes. Yep.
100%.
Yep. And that they're doing that. They got the bumper position, which, honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I think till this off season, I don't know that I've ever heard that term before. Like, how did I never hear that term before? So now I know what it is. The first time I heard it, it's like, what are they talking about? So I had to look it up. What does that mean? And I had never heard that before, and I don't know why I had never heard that before. So just because I'm old? Maybe. It was Sherratt versus Richie. So what did Mein Kampf do? He had something happen. Yeah, I know. I'm making.
Is that maybe the fight in the first game?
No, well, it could be. I know I shouldn't be making fun of his name like that. And I'm not saying he's that. I'm just saying the name, and I made fun of the name. That's all. So that's what's my disclaimer. The Expos will be back permanently when the city builds a beautiful downtown outdoor stadium for the owner. From what I understand, they have plans on that. I don't know where, because when they were going to do that, when the Expos were actually here the first time, that parcel of land would have, first of all, been perfect, but is no longer available because it has since been parceled out. Like the huge, however many blocks it would have taken up, has been sold out to different whatever, and they've been. I think there's buildings built there now, different new buildings. So I think they have a place for it down at the bottom of Peel, down below Notre Dame, but right near the water there. So I think that's where they're going to go with it. I think it's called Griffintown down there. So, yeah. So apparently there's a place. It's a matter of building a stadium. So. And believe me, for the first little while, if the talk is they'll split time between Tampa and here, I'm sure they're going to use the Olympic Stadium at first. I can't see, unless they open up Jerry Park, you're falling asleep. I've done that. It's embarrassing. You don't want to do that, Matt. Listen, if you're tired and you got to go because you got to work tomorrow, just say goodnight. I'm going to be good. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It's past your bedtime. I understand for you young guys. No, but it's really embarrassing falling asleep. I've done it when I'm the only one on screen. So it's really embarrassing. I mean, it has happened to me. So, yeah, so there's a spot, and I think it'll happen. If it does happen, I'll be quite honest with you. I love baseball. but not since they took the Expos the way they did. If they come back, I'm going to get back into baseball. And if that is the case, I'm already thinking if Expos come back and I start getting back into it and I watch, yeah, it could be second channel possibility here covering the Expos. I wouldn't mind doing that. But we'll see. It has to all happen first. Tomorrow is a holiday. What's tomorrow holiday? Where? What holiday?
It's not a holiday here. I can tell you that much.
No, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the 30th. So, what holiday? This is a new one for me. I don't know about. Looking forward to seeing the whole team together. Guhle and Norlinder look like a future core group with Romanov. Yeah, but calling them core yet, it's a couple of years ahead. But yeah, I think you're right. I think you're looking at, you know how the big three of the old day, that's a future potential big three right there. You know, next 3 to 5 years, you might be saying that's the big three in Montreal. Would you agree with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's like seriously a potential right there. I don't know who the fourth would be, but if you're talking 3 years, Petrie would still be here. Hopefully. Renegade Man. Yeah, that would have been a question that I had because I don't think they can play there, as a matter of fact. So, like, I don't know what would happen. I don't know where they're planning to have this team play, or they're planning to build a stadium before they come here. So you'd be looking at 2-3 years before the Expos or the Devil Rays would be here. I have zero thoughts on Niku because I don't know much about him except this. He's on the small side. He is a puck mover. The size is a worry without seeing him play yet. So I have not seen him play. It's hard for me to have too much thoughts other than I only worry about his size. From what I understand, he's got some good talent. He's got good potential, but I don't know anything else till we see him. I think with Norlinder being out day to day, we'll see him because I think they'll put him in instead of Norlinder. I doubt Golubev gets put in there to replace Norlinder. I would think they're going to take a look at Niku. I have no confirmation on that, but it makes sense to me.
No, it does. It absolutely does.
The Olympic Stadium, the old O-Dome in Montreal, is terrible cold for sports. Well, not in the summer, but it's not good for anything. It's a horrible place to watch anything. Oh, you played some football there. I didn't know that. That's cool. Who are you playing with? You play for the Owls? Seriously? That's awesome. I'm not, but maybe it might have been college. But I mean, who'd you play for that played in the only football I know played there was the Owls. Or you played for another CFL team? That would have made sense. But a horrible stadium. And it costs so much money, you can't really just tear it down. It's just we're still paying for it. We'll be paying for it long after I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, David Arthur, been a while, man. How's it going? Holiday for the residential school graves they found. Oh, that's right. That's the new holiday. It's a new Canadian holiday. That is right. Yeah. And that, you said, is tomorrow, September 30th. That's right, September 30th. I just read about it yesterday. Yeah.
Are they still finding more graves?
Oh, yeah, I think they'll be doing that for a little while.
Jesus.
It's a sad thing. I don't really want
to. It is really sad.
Here, but it's a sad thing. So, yeah, it's good they having this holiday. People should think about it. Expos in the American League with the Jays as a natural rival would be great for Canada. That's a good point. That's the one thing I'm not going to be happy with. I'm not an American League guy, but I guess I'll get used to it if that's the case.
Yet another division with Montreal, Toronto, and Boston.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's a good thing, and I'll agree with that. I'm not an American League guy.
I am.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm doing good, David. I'm doing good. No worries. Thanks. I appreciate the you asking. And I think that brings us to the end of the questions. So, what do you say? We're going to let our young friend here go to sleep so he can get to work tomorrow. He doesn't fall asleep on air. Like I said, been there, done that. Yeah, no, but anti-vaxxers, I don't want to make this show into that. It's a sports show. I don't really want to make it into that. So, not to make any light of it, but Renegade Man, is their pick top 10 protected? Yes, it is. The pick that we gave up to get Dvorak, yeah, it is top 10 protected. So no worries there. All right, so since we're winding down, I think we're going to go. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Jordan for the donation. Thank you, Jordan. He's going to be entered into the giveaway for a hat just like this. And that is going to be given on the 13th of October, probably in the first intermission of that game. So look out for that. And if anybody takes a membership, a super sticker, a super chat, and you will get entered into that contest. I do want to remind one last thing. Anybody still want to get into the fantasy hockey pool, please send me an email. If anybody sent me an email and hasn't gotten a response, don't worry. It's just I haven't responded to anybody yet, but I've got all the emails, and we're going to figure it out next week. So,
yeah, because the draft is.
We're going to figure it out next week. So,
yeah,
we're going to announce this really soon. So,
the draft is the 10th, right? It's
yep.
Saturday or the Sunday before the season.
So on this Sunday, I'm going to tell everybody who's in the pool. Last thing, Habs Guru 21. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody. You too. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. And some Habs Guru hype and some Dono hype in the room before you go. Please give a thumbs up on your way out. And if you feel like subscribing, hey, take a subscribe. Ring that bell and you get notified for the next show. So you can do that. And what else do we do? That's it. Thanks for watching. From Matt and myself, we'll see you at the game on Friday. Oh, I should say there's a possibility I won't be doing the game Friday. I have some medical things to do during the day. I have shopping to do. I don't know if I'll be back. Plus, Scotian Canadian's doing a very special show for the game. He's covering it. I don't know that I'm going to do it. It might pay for me to leave it to him. And we'll see. I haven't decided. More than likely, there won't be a pregame show, though, for Friday because I don't think I'll be home in time. So sorry for that, but medical stuff for my knees and stuff. Can't help it. But thanks for watching tonight. Stay safe out there till the next time we see each other. Peace out, y'all. And I think that's all I say. Good night, everybody.
Night all.